Donald Trump has had a large number of his kids and their partners put up in some sort of high power political position. Ivanka and Jared, Laura are now running the RNC. But now it's Don Jr. and Eric's time to shine. Dumb and dumberer. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump have become key players in the early planning for a second Trump administration's transition team and would focus on vetting potential officials and staffers for ideology and loyalty, campaign aides and close allies to their father, tell Axios. Donald Trump is keen to avoid repeating such tactical missteps should he win a belated second term in the Oval Office and hopes to return with the government even closer to his own image, shorn of more moderate establishment Republicans who might raise objections to aspects of his agenda. So Donald Jr. and Jr. Eric tag team this effort to make sure government jobs are filled with Trump yes men and aligned with Trump's vision for the party. Note they're not running the transition team, they're leaving that responsibility to the Orange Menace campaign senior advisor Ruzi Wiles. Not much is known about Eric Trump's specific role, but I'm assuming it's a little less. Don Jr. has been dying to have more power in Daddy's campaign, so he's getting that finally met. Don Jr.'s goal is to keep the John Boltons of the world outside a second Trump administration, a person close to him told Axios, referring to Donald Trump's hawkish former national security advisor who wrote a best-selling book lambasting the former president. When asked to respond to this story, Don Jr. said, and Eric said, yeah. Close but not quite. In an interview with the New York Post last month, Don Jr. said he planned to take a very active role in the 2024 transition team. He said it very aggressively, hopped up on I'm sure nothing. Mostly just to make sure we stop some of the DC swamp rats and swamp creatures from getting in there and doing their thing. There are so many great people to choose from now. With the first 4 years of the administration, you have a good understanding of who would be great and loyal and implement America First policies. He shouted into the void that is his phone, probably. And there really are there really that many great people to choose from left? A former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie talked about Trump's potential cabinet during an interview at University of Chicago Institute of Politics and said this.
What is your biggest fear if Donald Trump were re-elected?
That he will surround himself with yes people and sycophants who will not tell him that he can't do certain things. I was around a lot in the 4 years that he was president, and he had a lot of people around him who said, no, you can't do that. And if he continued to persist, would say, if you do that, I'm resigning. And then he would go, all right, I won't do it. And there won't be any of those people this time. Just won't. Think about this. He had 44 people who either served in his cabinet or at a cabinet level staff position. 44 in his 4 years. 40 of them have said not only wouldn't they ever work for him again, they won't vote for him. So who are the people who are going to go into that, like?
Worth noting, Chris Christie was one of those sycophants who didn't say anything to him. He was like, he made me order this for dinner, and that's what Donald Trump does. He didn't even say yes to his own dinner order. He couldn't even say no to him. Jackson, your thoughts?
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you.
At the end of the day, I think that that's just right in the sense that who with any level of competence or that has any kind of a good reputation or a future is gonna wanna work in Donald Trump's cabinet. Nobody's gonna wanna be a piece of that. People, look at his attorney situation. The reality is that he has people like Alina Habba on his side who don't know what the hell they're doing. Who wants to be a part of his campaign now? It's not gonna change for his cabinet. So I think that was a good point. But also, I think this really highlights how bad of a situation Trump really is in because he thinks that his sons are idiots. Yeah, he does. He doesn't really think very highly of them. And Donald Trump's going through all these criminal trials. He's got all this stuff going on. He's losing all this money, trying to figure out how he can pay it, always trying to appeal everything. How can he even think about his campaign? He can't. So this just really shows the level of chaos that we're all in, but also how dangerous this is.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.